What's stopping you right now from accomplishing your goals? I am Eric Emanuel. I used to be 500 pounds. Look at me now. I'm 184. Today's the 3-year anniversary of when I weighed 294 pounds on October 28th, 2020. 3 years later, 109 pounds gone. It wasn't hard. I had no executive. You know how governments run a surplus? I think I'm learning in life I may have been running a deficit, if you know what I mean. But once I actually just self-disciplined and locked in and started popping that Christian rock music, I started really paying attention and focusing. And within a month, boom, we're set. We're all ready to go. But we're all ready to go on top of already changing up the hard work of the diet and the exercise. When people ask me, like, they sit there congratulating me, like, way to go for me, but then deep down they say they want to make changes. And they preface that right after, like, giving me a compliment, and I don't know how to respond back. Well, let's do it. Because I know how hard it is. Like, now when I'm functioning, I'm just prioritizing the things that I need, making sure I'm not doubting myself whether I'm going to spend the money on buying chicken breast. No, chicken breast is what you need. You are buying it. You will put chicken breast above anything else. You will go without energy drinks before you go without chicken breast now because you need the protein. That self-discipline of things every single day. When Pulse used to take me to the store for chicken, a gallon of water, rubbing it right in your face. And now I do the same thing. I go and get apples, a pound of beef, and maybe chicken. The chicken lasts 3 or 4 days. The beef, I surplus in every other day. I used to eat beef every day. Now I'm trying to eat way more chicken and a little less beef. I don't know why, because people have said the red meat thing. I ate 96.4 and 93.7 beef the entire time I lost weight and hundreds of pounds. So I am a fan of red meat. I don't care what anybody says. My health test came back perfectly fine, minus the Timothy grass allergy. So for me, it was always making excuses. Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have this. But then, to me, when you also have a driving job and you see your father die in a hospital and he says he hated his job, but yet everybody in his life knew he loved the job, what he actually did. But when you're got a bad back and you're sitting in a chair like this all day and you're hunching over and you're drinking soda and carbs, it makes you miserable. So I know how hard it is to just start with changes. Like, I've already done the hard work and lost all the weight. I'm active, I can move, I can run. Now I'm just trying to figure out the next step in physical therapy and my sciatica to make sure I've only had an outbreak once every other year, right? So now I want to make sure I keep that going. I want to make sure that I'm always getting better because now that I know I have sciatica, every time a doctor told me to rest as a kid, oh man, you're sore, rest. That's the worst thing you can do with sciatica is sit. Worst, bad. I lived it because if I start sitting in bad posture and my hip starts hurting, I start like my hip starts moving a little bit, and then I start tensing up and mouth breathing, and ipso facto, I'm eating a Little Caesars pizza 10 minutes later because I'm doubting myself. But when you actually just pay attention to your body like I did, man, it becomes easy. When you're 500 pounds and you don't know why your body's doing the things it is, but you can get on a treadmill for 5 miles, and everybody's like, dude, you're 496 pounds. How are you walking on a treadmill for 5 miles? I got that dog in me, brother. Again, could be dyslexic. It'd be God. But that's where I think when people finally ask me, where's the confidence to finally get up and show off yourself? It's not. I'm only making these videos because you guys push me. I am an exposure therapy dude where me calling myself out and saying that I would lose weight one day, I've always believed it. I've said since the day I was 6 years old, and I still remember saying it when I was a really young kid. I don't remember exact age. I could lose weight whenever I wanted. Like, I just believed it. Remember the Titans movie came out, like Shane Gillis' stand-up joke, and I'm just like, I got behind the team, let's go. I am that dumb and naive. So when you're watching Andrew Huberman videos and science videos, and you have Audible Plus, and you're listening to audiobooks, getting out of your head, and then you're studying like why you are the way you are, and then realizing for me, diet, exercise, literally alleviates every symptom. And I'm just thinking clean. I'm just like working and thinking about all the stuff I want to do creatively and the friends I want to hang out with. And then I realized for me, sugar and carbs were the thing. I still eat sugar and carbs, but I still know when I go like 5 days of eating clean and then I go and have something with like 25 grams of sugar, which you guys may eat something with 25 grams of sugar in it 4 times a day. All right. I used to all the time. I used to eat probably 200 grams of sugar a day. But now when I do it, if I just go and have one bar that's like 25 grams or like a soda or something, my mind, and I'm just thinking about it the next day, and then it spirals, and then I have more sugar. It's just how your body works. It craves it. So to have that self-discipline to shut it down, that was the hardest thing that I've had to deal with. And that's what it's taken 10 plus years to do. When I'm out working and I'm doubting myself, like, oh my God, I'm getting hungry. No, you're working right now. You should have packed a lunch. You should have packed stuff that was friendly. And for me, these became it. Going to Aldi and getting these bars. Are they the best? No, because even I know soy protein isn't the best kind of protein for you. But for $3.99 at 24 grams of protein a bar, 250 calories, only 10 grams of fat, and only 18 grams of carbohydrate, with a little bit of caffeine if I stop buying energy drinks, this replaces my energy drinks. And this, I can go and have the entire box every single day like I often do. Is it recommended when nutritionists tell you to do it? No. But it hits all of my goals. So when people tell you what you should or shouldn't do, don't listen. Or listen. But make your own foundation of what matters to you. When I lost all that weight from 500 to 400, and I was losing a pound a day, the punchline was, I weighed 500 pounds. I could have been eating 4,000 calories a day and still losing weight. Instead, I was eating 1,500. And when you go to a gym and you see that poster that says, eat 500 calories less a day, and you're gonna lose 1 pound of fat by the end of the week because you ate 3,500 less calories. But when you're so big, eating 3,500 calories less a day and walking 5 miles a day on top of that because you're so disciplined and dedicated to your goals, but you're throwing up a pound of stomach acid every single day, and the doctors think you're crazy, and they're trying to throw alpralizam at you, and your leg is shaking, and it turns out 8 years later when you're finally seen by a doctor, and the same exact symptoms that you experienced when you were losing all that weight, and he goes, sit up for me, sit back, your legs stop shaking, textbook sciatica. The thing my entire family thought I was crazy. But then when you go back and reanalyze it, you're like, man, that's nutrition. Think about that. I was eating 1,500 calories a day, and do you remember what everybody was saying back then? Ango, Pulse, why are you eating spinach salads, soups, and turkey sandwiches? There was no protein in that. That was why I was throwing up. That's why now I feel so goddamn amazing when I eat a heavy protein diet. I was still eating way too many carbs back then. But you live and you learn. I know the last 10 years of me has basically been me testing what works and doesn't work as like a pincushion for no reason that nobody asked me to do, but I had to answer the question for my dad, and I want to live. That Eric Thomas sweatshirt, when you want to be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, and only then you be successful, it's true, but I was already successful because my dad was in the hospital and I needed to be. Now I just want to be. Now I feel great, and I'm sick of people, now that I have too much energy, I wake up at 5, I get up, I do my yoga. Sometimes, like today, I slept until 6:30 because yesterday was my off day. I still worked the full day, but I went and hung out with my best friend. Got to hang out with them for 5 hours, missed the past, realized what a best friend. Damn, man, that was just such a great day. I watched Fortnite streams, and I didn't give a crap. We were watching Ninja. It didn't matter what you did because the self-discipline to make sure I could just stay out working, and then when I left him, I could stay out working, and I wasn't eating crappy food making me go, maybe I should go home and play computer games or something. Now, you may have your life in order. You may not need any of these tips and tricks, help, whatever. But if you're one of those people that were like me and you're stuck, you just don't know what the hell to do. First of all, start living for you. Find out what matters important to you. Find out what works for you. For me, heavy protein, restricting the carbs. By the way, when I say restricting the carbs, I still go every day to the Dollar Tree. I'm outside the Dollar Tree, and I get a bag of veggie straws or veggie chips. The whole bag is 410 calories. There's 50 or 60 grams of carbs in it. But there's way less fat and everything, and I eat the whole bag. I'm not starving myself. I'm actually just choosing and picking which carbs I want. But it's the base that allows all the changes. So seriously, look me dead in the eye. If you're looking for a change, you got to find what works for you. Take advice from people. Listen to the people that have been there before. But I had no problem eating soup, salads, spinaches, back then when they were all giving me advice. I just didn't realize there was a better way to do it. And unless you say out loud, my goal is to do this, this, and this, and then those people support that goal in that fashion, everybody's going to try to give you advice. Weed through it, trim the fat, cut the fat, find out for you, and do you. Because that's all I've been doing for 10 years. And on the 3-year anniversary of a goal I set out to do, I'm 185 pounds and under, baby. Woo! That feels good. What are your goals? Type them in the description. Find a buddy, find a friend, find a family member, find somebody to help hold you accountable to your goals, not theirs. Until next time, I am Double E, Eric, and God damn it, you're going to enunciate that E, Emmanuel. Going back to work and kicking some ass.